Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Up in the Clouds. This is episode 6 already. Oh my gosh. Let me just this quick. How is everybody's weeks going? I hope you guys are having a really beautiful week. Last week was rough. I don't know if anyone else experienced it, but I had a really rough time with the eclipse. I'm a Sagittarius moon, and then one of my planets is in Gemini. So it was rough, honestly. So thankful for a new week, different vibe, everything. So this week's episode is going to be a little bit different. I don't know if you guys know a lot about spirituality stuff, but these episodes are kind of how I'm doing my shadow work. So I have like episodes written out, but I'm not ready to heal from them yet. So I'm just kind of like been brainstorming ideas of like not mini episodes, but like something in between my healing episodes until I'm officially ready to release those, if that makes sense. So this week's episode is going to be how basically I use the law of attraction and affirmations to sort of rewire my brain to heal from the body dysmorphia that I've suffered from for so long. So let's dive in deep. Okay, so basically, I have had body dysmorphia probably since I was bullied. I feel like that's kind of where it mainly started to be more prominent in my life. And, basically, if you're new here and you don't know, I was bullied really badly by my ex and a lot of his friends. My ex-boyfriend, who was my first boyfriend, who was abusive, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I talk about it in one of my episodes, and I go like more into depth in another episode, but that's like the quick version. And it really messed with me because he would bully me on things he knew I was insecure about. So I grew up very insecure about my nose. I don't really know where it started. It was just something I'd always been insecure about. And then when they were bullying me about it, I became hyper focused completely on it. Like, I would never post a picture where I thought it looked big, and it probably didn't even look big. It was just like my own brain like fucking with me. I'm sorry. It was just my own brain like messing with me. So it probably didn't even look like, big or anything. But that's all, like I was hyper focused. So that's all I would focus on, and it was awful. Like there's nothing else I can really say except for just like draining and awful. And I spent so much of my life like, as soon as I get money, I'm going to get a nose job. As soon as I get money, I'm going to get a nose job, because I thought I needed one to be more attractive. And it was all from like these beliefs that I had put in my head from the bullying. So basically, I'm finally at the point in my life where if I got a nose job, it would be for me. It wouldn't just to feel more attractive. It would just be because it's something I've always wanted to do, and kind of sort of, nothing. I don't have any hate against plastic surgery. A lot of people who hate on it are the people that if I had the money for it, they would do it too. Or they hate on it because like they think you're like ruining God's like given body. But when it all comes down to it, it's your body. And if you have the money and it will make you feel better about yourself or make you heal those inner child wounds of like, you were bullied, like I was bullied about my nose. So like I would get my nose done just to like, feel good for myself, not necessarily, whatever. But I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to like, maybe I wouldn't even want one, maybe if I keep doing this like shadow work with this body dysmorphia and rewiring my brain, maybe I will truly see that I don't even need one. So who knows? But yeah, that's just one of my things that I've always been really insecure about, and especially with all of this. So basically, what I do is every morning I look into my mirror, and I do this when I have no makeup on yet, and I do it at night when I take all my makeup off. Like, I don't really wear a lot of makeup during the week. I just sort of do like mascara, a little bit of eyeshadow, and then my eyebrows. But I still take it off, and it's still something. It's still something, even if it's just a little bit. So I always try to focus on doing this when I'm completely barefaced, because I worry that if I would do it like this, like work, this like inner work, when I have, my eyeliner on, or don't have, or like my lashes are, more accentuated because I'm wearing mascara, or, anything kind of, I just want to fall in love with myself without like anything that's filtering me in any sort of way, because I worry that if I do that, like I will fall in love with that version. And then when I see me without something as little as mascara, or something as little as like my little eyeshadow thing that I do, that I'm going to be like, I'm not pretty unless I have that. So I try to do it when I'm barefaced completely, just so that I personally will start to believe that that person with the barest face is the, like that's what I'm trying to heal to, is like thinking that that is the prettiest version of myself. So that when I wear makeup, it's just accentuating my features, and it's not necessarily like I have to wear makeup to feel pretty, because that's at the point in my life that I was at. I would never go anywhere without eyeliner on. I would never go anywhere without mascara. Like, wouldn't catch me anywhere without it. And I just want to get over that. Like, it's such a silly thing. Like, makeup is just supposed to accentuate your features. It shouldn't make you, like, you shouldn't feel that you can't be beautiful without it. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do. So, I'm going to give you my lovely affirmations that I do every morning. And before I do, I just want to say that I'll also write them in the description if anybody's interested in using any of them. Or if you want any different ones, let me know, because I have a million written down. But these are my favorite ones that I have found, and these are the ones that I have used the most consistently, so I feel like they really work, and they're pretty simple. But I just wanted to like put a little side note that, you're gonna feel silly. You're gonna feel like it's weird, first of all, to talk to yourself when no one else is around. It's weird to be, at least for me, like I've never, like, learning how to talk positively to myself is like a huge part of this whole journey that I'm going through. And, that's something that I'm learning how to do. So just saying these things, like when I read you to them, I feel like you'll understand a little bit better. But when I'm saying these things to myself, like I feel like I sound so goofy because I've never felt that way. So for me to be looking at myself and like saying them until I say it every day to myself, basically until I believe it. So I don't know how many days I'm on, but but yeah, so I just like keep, saying it to myself over and over and over until I truly believe it. And yeah, so these are the affirmations that I use. And like I said, I'll write them in the description, so feel free to use them. I always start with being grateful. So I say, I am so happy and grateful now for all that I have and all on its way to me. That's how I start it. And I look, I have a little grateful, like a shell. Some people have a rock, some people have, whatever. And I like kiss the rock and I say, thank you, universe, for bringing me here, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for another day. I try to say that every morning because I spent so many days of my life praying I would not wake up the next day. So shifting that thought to being grateful for another day and thinking of it as a gift. Like it is a gift to be here. I am blessed to be here. So that's something I've been trying to do every day is I'll look at my grateful rock, or my grateful shell. Whatever, people have a rock. I have a shell. I'm a beachy girl, so whatever. And I say, thank you for another day. Thank you for bringing me here, blah, blah, blah. So then I say that I'm so happy and grateful now. And then I will start off by saying, I am glowing from the inside out. I am radiantly beautiful. I have clear and healthy skin. I have healthy, luscious hair. I have a bright and captivating smile. I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance the universe has in store for me. I am complete and whole within myself. And I have other ones that I say, like I have ones about that I say like about money, that like I'm trying to like attract like more money into my life. There's also ones about like love. Like there's some ones that it's like I deserve love, my heart is open, blah blah blah. I'm worthy of, this and that. And it's just basically like, it's just really, I'm trying to see if I have any other ones written down that I really, really, really like. Like, I light up every room I walk into, stuff like that. I radiate confidence, self control, and powers that others find irresistibly attractive. Like, I would use those if you're like trying to, manifest like love or whatever, or like a relationship. Like, say you really want a relationship or something. I think it's important that if you do start using affirmations for relationships, that you feel complete and whole within yourself first. Like you truly, really believe that one, because I truly don't think that you can be in a relationship unless you are the best version of yourself. And so that's why I feel like learning self-love and self-confidence and really truly believing that you don't need another person to feel whole and complete is the most important way to have a healthy relationship with anybody, even friends. Like, honestly, it's so hard to be a good friend when you're mentally not okay, or mentally in a dark place, or mentally not like whole and complete within yourself, because you're always relying on other people to help you feel whole and complete. And you don't want to put that responsibility on your partner either. We're like, I don't really know, like there's probably like, I feel like we're all around the same age if you're listening to this. So we're at that age where it's just kind of like, it's not like high school. It's kind of pointless to date somebody unless you truly see yourself like going somewhere with them, or I feel like sometimes guys will date girls in college because they're hot and they just like having like the hottest girl, but then they cheat on them all the time, or the girl cheats on them or whatever. Maybe like if you're still in college, it's kind of different. Like having a relationship with college is it's a hit or miss, honestly. Like there's either really good relationships and that they're going to be together forever, or it's just like those kind of relationships where they just like cheat on each other all the time, and it's really sad and miserable. But that's just because they're not whole and complete within themselves. So they're looking for those things in other people. And that's why I feel like it's so important to feel that way in yourself before you can truly be in a good relationship. And I feel like when you do get to that point where you feel like truly, truly deep down feel that way, then you are going to actually bring the partner that partner that is supposed to be your life partner will come into your life when you've reached that highest version of yourself. I truly believe that. And because I believe that, it's going to happen for me, That's just like how it is for me. If I believe something, it really happens, and it's scary and freaky sometimes, but truly, if I truly believe it and I truly spend time believing it, then it usually like 9 out of 10 times happens. It can happen negatively. Having an intuition and having that power is really scary, and sometimes it's annoying because you are rarely ever wrong, and that's like, and your friends will sometimes get annoyed with you because it is a weird thing. But yeah, so I would recommend that maybe before you like just don't like rush into it doing like relationship affirmations or trying to like manifest like a relationship into your life until you feel like you've completed the like being complete and whole within yourself. Like finding that self-love, that self-confidence first, because that is the most important key part of a relationship that people sort of forget about. Because, I used to be this way, and I know a lot of people who are this way, that they don't feel whole and complete unless they are in a relationship or unless they have a boy that they're talking to. And that only gets you so far. Honestly, it does. It doesn't really, because you're always looking for that. So if it you ever don't feel that way anymore, then okay, on to the next person that makes me feel that way, or on to the next, or on to the next. And it's never that solid, stable relationship because you're not solid and stable within yourself. And it sounds maybe it sounds silly, but honestly, it's way more true than you think. So like I said, start with the self-love affirmations. And then if you're trying to manifest more money into your life, then you can do this money in the self affirmations, which if you want, I can, talk about those sometimes. And the key thing to these affirmations and saying them every day, you can say them to yourself every day and it's not going to do shit. You need to truly believe it, with your whole heart. Believe what you're saying to yourself is true. And I know you might be well, how can saying these affirmations give me clear skin? I don't necessarily, it's not it's magic, but it's not magic magic, I say that one to myself because I'm hoping that, putting that vibration out there, putting that into the universe, that I want clear and healthy skin, that it's going to lead me to the right products to get that clear and healthy skin. I am an essential worker, so I've been wearing a mask since literally forever, pretty much almost all of 2020. And in the beginning, I was getting really bad acne because I grew up I was very blessed growing up. I didn't really have a lot of acne. And if I did, it would be little pimples. It wasn't acne. So I didn't really know how to deal with it. And I was just using whatever was on the market, the hot selling, because I work obviously at Walgreens, so I see what everybody buys, and I kind of mentally make a note. And I was just using these products, and they were so harsh and so horrible on my skin, and it was completely just drying out my skin, and it wasn't even curing the the acne. So, and it was that cystic acne that's underneath your skin. So it's not I know you're not supposed to pop it, but popping it always makes it go away a little faster. Even if it leaves a little scar for a while. So, I do. But yeah, it was those ones you could not get rid of, and they would stay prominent for weeks. And it was just so hard on my self-confidence. So I manifested to the universe. I put out the vibration. I was help me find something to clear this stupid maskne. I don't know what I'm doing. I've tried so many different things and nothing is working, and I need help. Lead me to the right products. And so then I think it was honestly a week later, not even. And I was hanging out with this girl who sells, it's called Labrai, and their main ingredient in their products is aloe vera. And I was looking at their products, and I was I really, really want to try it. Her skin is beautiful. She wears masks all the time, and her skin still looks beautiful. And then it dawned on me, because it was in the summer and I had a really bad sunburn. So I was just applying my, it was after sun gel. And what is the key ingredient? Aloe vera. So I was putting on this sun gel, and I was putting it on my face, and because it was so burnt. And the next day I woke up and my skin was so clear. And I was oh my God, I didn't even think about, I don't have to, I would love to support her and buy her products. So when I do have, more, I'm going to say when, not if, that's another keyword. When, not if. When I have more money, I will definitely buy the face wash and stuff. But right now, I literally just use After Sun aloe gel or aloe lotion. I use the lotion every single night as my moisturizer. I don't really wash my face much anymore unless I'm wearing a full face of makeup, skin like makeup, because like obviously when I wear a mask I don't really wear face makeup anymore, which I also think like not wearing makeup every single day really made a difference in my face also. Like even though it was under a mask, like this top half like never really gets like breakouts anymore because I don't really wear makeup. So yeah, I only really wash my face if I'm wearing like a full face of makeup. And yeah, I just use aloe vera after sun lotion as my moisturizer, and it truly has changed my skin. And then I have an aloe vera plant that I use the gel like as a spot treatment. So if it's like really bad or like one developed like during the day or something, I'll like put it on and it'll be like gone by morning, or like definitely reduced by morning if not gone, because aloe vera actually helps inflammation. Like if you know, like aloe vera gel, like my coworker said he used to use it on like he had a really bad like wound. He uses it on his wounds and it like helps the scar tissue and whatever. I don't know. He like went into a long thing about it, but yeah, so that's like a quick little manifesting thing that I did. I put out that vibration and I got an answer from it. And it's truly, when it starts happening like that, like a lot quicker, that's when it gets easier to do, because you're like, oh, well, it worked for that. Why can't it work for this? And that's when you start truly believing it. So, saying these to yourself in the mirror is not going to do anything unless you truly start to believe it, which I think like, it is possible, like the more but like if you make it a routine and make it like not like I believe what I'm saying to myself, then like it's not going to work. But if you truly like put in the effort, you put in, the belief, you put out that vibration that I believe this, I'm setting this intention, pure thoughts, like I'm setting this intention that I want to believe this about myself. I want to believe that I have healthy skin and that it's, clear, and I want to believe that like my hair is healthy, and like by saying those things you're putting that vibration out there, so then the universe is going to respond by giving you those things. Like it's going to help you find hair products that's going to make your hair healthy, or like I truly believe that. And if you've never heard about anything about like this, or you don't really know a lot, like it might sound really silly and really goofy, but I swear on my life, I would not be doing an episode about this if I didn't truly, fully, wholeheartedly believe that this can work. And it's truly rewired my brain waves, and it's like curing. Like I'm not cured, like I'm not completely healed, but it is curing this body dysmorphia that I suffered from for so long. And I'm truly, truly feel that I'm starting to slowly, it's a process, but I'm slowly starting to see myself as other people see me, and my confidence has grown, this whole new sense of confidence that I've never had, like even as a child. So not only am I rewiring that body dysmorphia, from high school, like I'm rewiring my whole brain, then healing almost my inner child, because I was very, very insecure as a child also. I grew up never really thinking I was pretty. I grew up never really thinking I was special. There was nothing special about me. I had very negative thoughts of myself kind of my whole life. And then it definitely grew bigger when I got into high school and had that abusive relationship, where then the bullying, like it was just kind of like a dominoes effect. So it was like always like there, like I've always been really insecure and never really been confident, and that just completely shattered it, And the only ever time I would feel worthy or pretty was because of a boy. So that's why I think maybe I take that focus of like the self-love first, like loving myself before I like even like try to manifest a relationship or anything, because I, spent so many years of my life only feeling beautiful because of boys, because I wasn't getting that from home. I wasn't getting it from my parents. Like, I didn't have that like build up. Like the only way I got it was from boys, So that's what I only felt worthy and only felt beautiful because of boys. And truly never, ever, 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 ever good. It's never going to work out for you. It's never going to be good. You need that whole and complete love within yourself. And I truly really do believe that, because the people that I know who are in the healthiest relationships, like they don't, like they may be, like everybody has in something they're insecure about. I'm not saying that you're never going to be insecure about anything in your life, but I'm saying that, that like the people that I know in the healthiest relationships in like that are surrounded, both of them are very secure and stable people. They're very whole and complete within themselves. And if they, weren't at one point, they are now, and that's when their relationship is the healthiest. So like, obviously relationships go through road bumps. Things happen in life where shit knocks you down, and you may not be being the best version of yourself due to something going on, and that's okay. But it's just like, I'm just saying the most healthy relationships that I have in my life as examples are people that I know who are very secure and whole and complete within themselves, both as people. And that's when your relationship is really going to be the best, is when, you take that time for yourself and you focus on yourself. So, if you are interested in getting some of those, relationship affirmations, I will share them with you, but I really want you to do the inner work of the self-love first. So I will make you do it for like, I'll be a little bit, just kidding. If you want some more affirmations, let me know. I have a ton in this journal but yeah, like I said, those were the ones that I gave you are my favorite ones. Those are the ones I use every day consistently. And yeah, I really, truly love it. So I guess like a big thing is like paying attention to your thoughts. Like everything you think plays such a part in your life more than you even know. You can literally manifest any circumstances because of your thoughts. If you're always a negative, low vibrational person, you are always saying, I'm always broke, I'm blah, 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 like I'm never happy, I hate everything around me. You are setting that out into the universe, and you are keeping yourself in that vibration. So that's a lot. So basically, if you always say, I'm always broke, I'm always broke, I'm always in debt, if that's your focus, that's your story, shift that and see what happens, because manifesting money is hard because we grow up, at least I grew up with a lot of negative, limiting beliefs about money that like, and now we live in this age of social media where it's so easy to get big, to get an audience, to get followers. And it's so easy to make money just from social media. And I feel like when our parents were younger, that was not really a thing. And if it was very rare. Like I remember watching certain YouTubers when I was younger, but it's nothing like it is now. Like I feel like I don't know how YouTube like pays all these people. I really don't. Like I don't understand at all. Like I don't understand how YouTube has like this much money. Maybe that's why they started YouTube TV, a subscription service to pay all their freaking like vloggers, because there's so many of them now, and so many, like it's not, you just have, there's like certain criteria that you can hit, and then you can start getting money from YouTube. So it's really truly like so different from when our parents, so like it's kind of shifting those beliefs first, and that's a ton of inner self work, is to shift those beliefs like more than you even know, like in your subconscious. Like it's not only just like being like, I'm going to find $100 today. Like your subconscious, your ego is going to tell you what? No, you're not. That's like insane, And then boom, there's that negative vibration. And then that's just repelling exactly what you thought. So like doing the inner self work when it comes to manifesting money is probably harder than doing the self work to heal yourself from trauma, because there's so many like, limiting self-beliefs that we're taught about money. And like, I grew up with a middle-class family. So it was like, and I grew up with that like thought that's like, that was instilled that like women are bad with money. So like that makes you bad, like that, not like it's like you can blame, like obviously you are your own person, you make your own choices, but when you're raised with those limiting beliefs, you're gonna act like you're subconsciously gonna act out in that way. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm like rambling, but so yeah, shifting your thoughts, shifting your vibration, that's like the biggest part in all this. So like you can say whatever you want. You can say those affirmations to yourself every day, but if you don't believe them, it's not going to do anything for you. And that's just like manifesting money. It's like you got to believe it. Like you got to feel it with your whole heart. Like you got to trust that vibration, you know? And it's easy to manifest things negatively. We were talking in one of my group chats about, you know, my friends are servers. So it's really, I don't want to say easy, but it's easier as a server to manifest money because you can set the intention that this is what I want to make. And like 9 times out of 10, they set an intention of what they want to make in a night and they will get that in a night. And it's literally crazy. My friends are so strong and powerful. I love it. But you can do it negatively too. So in our group chat, she was like, yeah, I accidentally did it in a negative way, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was like, I kept saying like this table's only going to tip me $1. This table's only going to tip me $1. And what did the table do? It tipped her a fucking $1. $1. Like she did it negative. Like she manifested it like negatively. And that's what I'm saying. Like our thoughts, our vibration, the things we say mean and affect you so much more than you think. So shifting your thoughts like about yourself, about money, about your life, about your job, like shifting those, like say you don't like your job. Like me, I'm very frustrated with my job. I don't want to do my job anymore, but I know I need to do it right now as a way of income. So I am powering through it, and I feel like it's a way of like, because I'm doing that work and, you know, working so hard for what I want to do eventually, that I'm going to get that when the time is right and I'm the highest version of myself. So I still obviously have inner work to do because I don't have exactly what I want yet. So I'm just going to keep working hard, keep working on myself. You know, maybe this is a learning experience that I need. Like this is my lesson. I'm learning things from my job that are going to help me in the future. That's kind of like where I'm at. Like I'm very frustrated. I deal with a lot of low vibrational people. It messes with me. It messes with my energy. But maybe this is how I learn to protect my energy. So as an empath, I have a lot of issues absorbing emotions, which I talk about in episode 5. Hear more about that. It's in episode 5. But, you know, working in a low vibrational place with low vibrational people, as like my customers, like being in retail is just low vibrational in general, I feel like. But retail pharmacy is even worse because these people are low vibrational because of drugs. So, or just like, yeah, honestly, because of drugs. Like there's no really other thing, or they're just unhealthy and that's why they're on these drugs. So they're unhealthy, low vibrational people. And that's not all bad. Like I don't want to like make it seem like it's a nightmare. Like there are definitely good people who make it worth it, but for every, you know, for every good, there's bad. And there's a lot more bad, unfortunately. I've been very frustrated. I've been very like kind of over it, but I don't necessarily want to find a new job either, because what I want is my new job. It's not like, it hasn't manifested in my life yet. It hasn't become fruition yet. And I can't just quit my job with no job. Like I wish I could do that. Like I wish I could just not work and just focus solely on this. So this is like what I want to do. So yeah, like I said, it's all a learning lesson, and you know, it'll all be to teach me something eventually. But it's just that focusing of that thought. So focusing instead of, I hate my job, I don't want to do this anymore, this is what I want to do. So you're going to change that and be like, okay, so this is what I have to do right now. This is like, we'll say that this is over here is the job that I have to do right now. And I have to do it to get to where I want to be. And this is where you want to be, is over here. Okay, we'll do this. This is where the job, low, like you hate it, blah, blah, blah. This is where you want to be, is over here. So you have to become that person that's over here. You have to be that person that you want to be first, for it to come into your life. You can't just be vibrating low and expect to get something that's like something you would get when you're vibrating high. So instead of saying, I hate my job, I hate this, focus on where you want to be. So, do those things that you want to do. I listened to this, I don't really know what he's like. I feel like he's like a motivational vlogger. He's on YouTube. His channel name is Doughty. And I hope I said his last name right. But he talks about how he always worked this 9-to-5 job selling women's shoes. And he didn't want that to be his life. He didn't want to do it anymore. He didn't want to be a salesman. He wanted to be a full-time YouTuber. So his thing was that, okay, if I post a video every single day, that I will start becoming a full-time YouTuber. And he did it every day for a year. And now he just, I don't think it was that long ago, he just hit like 1 million subscribers. And I think like 6 months into posting every single day, he got to quit his job. So only 6 months in. And now he's like, like a year and so whatever later, he like has 1 million subscribers. And he talks about that you can't, like he was working 40 hours a week, his 9-to-5 job, but he was also spending 30 hours of extra time making those YouTube videos. And that's a lot of work. Like, it's a lot of work. And basically you are throwing yourself into, he was like working on his inner work. He was doing the healing work. He was doing the shadow work. He was doing what he needed to do, become this person over here. So here he was, miserable, working his 9-to-5 job, and he was like, no, I'm done. I'm done being miserable. I just have to do this right now, but I need to get here. So what do I need to do to get here? And that's what he did. He shifted his focus. He was like, okay, instead of vibrating low and being here, I'm going to shift my focus to this is where I want to be. So this is what I'm going to do to get here. And he came up with all these ideas and he worked super hard. He manifested. It's not just like, I want to be a YouTuber and have 1 million subscribers. No, you have to do the work. You have to put it in, You have to believe that it can happen, but you also have to put in the work to do it. So he has he probably has like more than like hundreds of videos. He probably has like 1,000 videos on his channel because he's posted every single day. I don't really know if he does anymore, but he used to. Like, that's how he got to where he was. So he probably doesn't even have to post any day anymore, but maybe he still does, honestly, just because that's his life and that's what he's used to, but his channel is very inspiring. So if you want to like learn, like I've learned a lot of like, his guided meditations are amazing and they're life-changing. So check this out, Doughty. I'll link his channel in the description. Truly, truly life-changing person. Very, very incredible. If you, get inspired to start this, get inspired to start a spiritual journey, like want to know more, he's your start. Like, let him be where you start with it, because he's truly, truly amazing. So shifting your thoughts, shifting your belief, become that person that you want to be. So if you're a person, say you are trying to manifest money, say you want to manifest like $10,000 or $100,000, whatever. How would that person, here's you now, maybe you're like me and you don't have a lot of money and you're trying to manifest more money. So here are you, not a lot of money, getting by, paycheck to paycheck. This is where you want to be. No debt, money, spending to pay your bills, and extra. How would this person with money, no debt, what else did I say? Not living paycheck to paycheck, has extra money in the bank. How does that person live their day to day? How does that person vibrate? Who is that person? Who is that person that has that? Because you're not the same. Because if you were the same, you'd be there, That's like my thought about it. So it's like doing that work to become that person who has that money, doing that work that you are the best version of yourself. You have to be responsible. If you have that kind of money, you have to be responsible with your money. You can't just be like blowing it around, And so that's kind of like where, that like inner work needs to come from. So that's where it works the same with being confident. You can be here and be like, I sometimes feel good about myself, sometimes don't. Or like way over here where you're like, I fucking hate myself, blah, 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 blah. You're not going to feel confident unless you do that work to get there. And it's the same thing with anything. You want to manifest a new job. How would that person who worked that job that you want act? How does that person, they're happy. They are stress-free. They're like, and maybe just because you don't have it yet, just feeling those feelings and putting that out and that vibration out there, it's going to come to you. So you want to manifest a new job. Like a completely new job. How does that person who has that job that you want act and live and feel and think, and habits that they have and things that, so doing that work to be that person is where that's when it'll come. That's when it'll happen, is when you get to that point when you believe it. You're not being messed with by your ego. Your ego is not telling you like, this isn't possible, blah, blah, blah. Anything that you want in your life is possible. It just takes the right steps to get there. And that's the hardest part for our human brains to like really understand and really let go of that, basically that limiting belief that we are taught, How do you think these people are famous? How do you think these social media stars? It's all because they they believed in themselves. Could be that person that YouTube's full times, that TikTok literally does TikTok dances, and they get paid millions of dollars. And that's just because they had the confidence, they had that drive, they had that belief in themselves. They probably posted videos every single freaking day or multiple times a day to get and it's the same thing with YouTube, like posting every week, or like Aaron posting every single day. Like that's a lot of work. People don't realize how much work that is, because you can record your video, then you have to edit your video, and then you have to promote your video, and then you have to, make a thumbnail that looks appealing to people. Like it's not just taking a video and posting it, because there's so much other work that goes into it. And that's why a lot of these like full-time YouTubers have editors and filmers, because they just as they get more and more and they get like brand deals and they have to do all these other things, they don't even have time to edit their own videos, so it's crazy. But yeah, truly, your thoughts make your life. So shift your thoughts and see what happens in your life, because I promise you it's going to change your life. And truly believe, truly believe it. So before we end this, I have a very, very, very exciting announcement, and something that I've been working on for the past week or so. And I have a lot of people that watch an episode and will reach out or leave comments or whatever, just kind of saying how my episode helped them, or inspired them to, I had one girl tell me she wanted to know more about the spirituality stuff that I do to help her and her anxiety and stuff. And when I was meditating, I was like, how can I expand Up in the Clouds? I wanted to, make it into something more than what it is, basically. And I was like, all right. So I'm sitting there, I'm meditating, and I'm waiting for an answer. I'm dun, 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 listening to my healing frequency music and just waiting. And then I was boom, it came to me. It was like that. I was like, this is it. This is how I can expand it. So, bum, ba, da, bum, drum roll, please. Okay. I have made a blog site, website, whatever you want to call it. And basically, what I want to do with this blog is sort of start an advice column blog, because that was the easiest way to start a website, was using a blog page template. So on this website that I'm going to be launching for you guys, there's going to be a contact me section. You can send an email. It's going to go to this business email that I made for Up in the Clouds. And it's going to be basically your typical Dear Abby, dear blah, blah, blah column advice, but with a little spiritual spice. So, yes, I'm going to be doing like an advice column blog, and I'm really, really excited about it because I just feel like when someone's asking for advice and it's anonymous, like, or I'm going to be posting it anonymously. Like, I guess like you'll be getting it, like I'll be reading it and I know who it's from. But if you feel that uncomfortable, do you know how easy it is to make a Gmail account? Like, it's not hard. You can literally like even attach it to your own Gmail account where it like, even though it has nothing to do with you, like you can have it like that's how I did this email. I just created it from like my email that I use everything for. And I just like was like add account. And so, if you want to make an anonymous email account, I will not judge you. But I just feel like if you're anonymous and people don't know who you are, like it's easier to be more vulnerable. It's easier to be more open. And that's what I want from you guys. Like I want your most vulnerable questions. I want your most vulnerable stories. I want it all. Like anything that you want advice on, need advice on in your life, you don't even know how to ask your closest friends. You don't know how to ask your family. And maybe my videos make you feel drawn to me, so you want to ask me. That's what I want. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I want to expand it into more of that. So, yes, as soon as we get our first like question, maybe I'll even like, I love to write. Writing is a huge part of my life. It always has been. It's always been something I've been very good and strong at. So maybe I'll write like little excerpts in between, like, until people feel more safe and comfortable to like come to me about things, or maybe like until I post like more shadow work episodes where I'm talking about more vulnerable things and they feel like they can relate to me because of those vulnerable things. I just want to be that person that people can feel like they can go to about their deepest, darkest fears, their deepest, darkest insecurities, literally like anything, just to talk to somebody, just to put it out there. I have sent so many questions and things and stories and to like writers and column like advice columns and stuff, and it's so healing, and it helps me, and it even helps me to read about other people. So maybe you have nothing that you want to specifically ask me or whatever, but just like even just for you to read those things that other people send in, like I feel like it can be very helping for people. And I feel like but I also feel like when you're anonymous and you're putting that vibration out there, like you're going to heal from like those things by just like helping, like starting somewhere and putting it out there that you want to heal from those things, So yes, that's my big announcement. I'm so freaking excited. I just have such a good feeling about it and feel like once this brand gets bigger, that is going to be huge. Like that's just going to like, it was just something that like came to me, and so I just like believe in it so much, and I'm really excited to share the website with you guys, and really excited to continue it. I'm really excited for my first like question, my first email. I'll be checking it every day after I launch the site, so please feel safe and comfortable and be vulnerable, be your like 100% true authentic self. Like I want to help you be that. Like maybe you don't feel comfortable being your true authentic self. Like let me help you be that. Like that's what I want to be for people. So that's my big announcement. I hope that like you guys are excited as I am about it. I've been working really hard on the website, and I can't wait for you guys to see it and check it out. I'm going to put it in the link tree. Or like the link in bio on my on the Up in the Clouds Instagram account. So make sure you check it out when I launch it. So yeah, I'm really excited. Thank you for taking, time out of your week to listen to this. Share this with people that you think will benefit from it. That's all I want to do. I just want to help people. Leave comments, like if there's anything that you want me to talk about more, leave comments. I also linked my email in the description, so maybe maybe there's something you want to talk about right now, feel free to email me, feel free to reach out. My DMs are always open. Yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful week. I will see you next week. Love and light only. I'm sending all my love and all my light to you, beautiful angels. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye-bye.